Hey everyone, welcome. So today we are jumping headfirst into the really fascinating world of automated trading. We're going to tackle one big question. What on earth is a trading bot?
I mean, it's a pretty powerful idea, right? Just think about it. This dream of a machine, a robot that's totally tireless, has zero emotions, and it's just executing perfect trades for you while you're sleeping or at work or just, living your life. This is the fantasy, the dream of automated efficiency that gets so many people excited about algorithmic trading. But let's be real. How much of this is just a fantasy and how much of it is actually reality?
Well, get this. The reality is bots are already running the show. We're talking somewhere between 70 to 80% of all transactions on the US stock market are being done by automated trading systems. So no, this is not some far-off sci-fi concept. This is the world we are in right now. All right, so to help make sense of all this, here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with that dream of automation, then get into what a trading bot actually is and how they work. After that, we'll cover the good, the bad, and the ugly. We'll ask, are there bots for the rest of us? And then we'll take a little peek into the future of trading. Okay, first up, the dream of automation. And really, the appeal is super simple. It's all about taking the flawed human element, us, out of the equation. A machine, it doesn't get greedy, it doesn't panic sell, it definitely doesn't need sleep. It just follows the rules all day, every day. All right, so let's move from the dream to the reality. What is a trading bot really? So at its absolute core, a trading bot is, well, it's just a computer program. That's it. It's built to automatically make trades based on a set of rules that you give it. Now, these rules can be super simple, like, hey, buy this stock when this line crosses over that line. Or they can be mind-blowingly complex, using super advanced AI to crunch market data. The whole point, the key thing to remember, is that it all happens automatically, just based on its programming. So, how do these things actually work? How do you go from just an idea in your head to a real bot trading live on the market? Let's pop the hood and take a look. Okay, it all starts with having a clear goal, right? What are you trying to do? What's the strategy? Step one. Next, you need data. And not just any data, you need tons of clean, historical market data. Then you get to the really tricky part. You take all that data and use it to train your model, to tune it. And this could be a simple algorithm or some crazy complex neural network. Now, this next step is absolutely crucial, backtesting. You have to run your strategy on old data that it's never seen to find out, hey, would this have actually worked? If it passes that test, then you can deploy it. But you're not done, not even close. You have to constantly monitor it, maintain it. It's a whole process. And, whoa, this right here gives you a little peek inside the brain of a modern AI-powered bot. What you're looking at is a diagram of something called a long short-term memory network, or LSTM for short. Think of it as a type of AI that's a genius at finding patterns and sequences of things, which is perfect for financial data, right? Because it's all time-based. It's this kind of complexity that lets the really advanced bots go way beyond simple rules and actually start learning from the market itself. All right, now for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because let's be honest, with this much power and speed, things can get messy. So let's talk about what happens when we let these algorithms loose on the market. So starting with the good, the advantages are pretty obvious. First, speed. These bots work at incredible speeds. Then there's discipline. They take human emotions, fear, greed, completely out of the picture. They work 24/7, never get tired. And maybe the biggest one of all, you can test your strategies on years and years of historical data before you risk a single penny. It lets a single system do things a human just can't, like manage a ton of different strategies across a bunch of markets all at once. But then there's the bad. Things can go wrong, and when they do, they go wrong fast. This quote right here, it's from the official report on the 2010 flash crash. Imagine this. In just a few minutes, one big automated sell order started a chain reaction, a cascade of other bots selling that sent the Dow plummeting almost 1,000 points. We're talking about major stocks trading for literally pennies for a moment before things recovered. And this crazy event, it really pulled the curtain back on a much, much bigger problem. And that brings us to the ugly. This is what the experts call systemic risk. You have to think of our financial markets today as this giant, interconnected ecosystem. But it's an ecosystem of algorithms. And just like in nature, if one little piece fails, it can set off this domino effect, this catastrophic collapse that rips through the whole system. And you know who usually gets hurt the most? The smallest investors, the regular people.
And it's not just accidents we should be worried about. People can use these algorithms for some pretty shady stuff. Take spoofing. It's a perfect example. Basically, a bot will place a ton of buy or sell orders, but it has absolutely zero intention of actually letting them go through. The whole point is to create this fake buzz, this illusion of supply or demand, to trick other bots into making a move. Then, the spoofer's bot jumps in, profits from the price change, and cancels all those original fake orders. It's straight up manipulation. So this all leads to this huge, messy, ethical and legal question. I mean, think about it. If an algorithm goes rogue and crashes the market, who's to blame? Is it the programmer who wrote the code? The company that turned it on? The stock exchange? Or is it the algorithm itself? The more independent these things get, the harder it is to point a finger at anyone.
Okay, so we've seen how powerful and, yeah, how dangerous these things can be for the big guys, the institutions. But what about for the rest of us, the average person?
And yeah, there is a massive difference between what the big institutions do, that's called high-frequency trading, or HFT, and what's available to individuals. HFT firms are spending millions of dollars on their setup just to get speeds down to microseconds. I mean, they literally put their computers in the same building as the stock exchange's computers. It's called co-location, just to shave off a tiny fraction of a second. Meanwhile, retail traders are working off a standard PC, getting speeds in milliseconds or even seconds. The strategies are totally different. It's like comparing a Formula One race car to a family sedan. They're just not in the same league.
And honestly, one of the single biggest roadblocks for regular folks, and this quote from a trader on Reddit just nails it, is data. The big firms, they pay a fortune for perfect, clean, real-time data feeds and mountains of historical data. For the rest of us, trying to get that same quality of data is a huge, huge challenge. And without good data, it's almost impossible to properly test your ideas and build a strategy you can trust. So where does all this go from here? Well, one thing's for sure. This train is not slowing down. The entire industry is going through this massive shift. The old days of traders yelling at each other on a crowded floor, that's basically ancient history. The new buzzwords are low-touch and even zero-touch trading. That means less and less human involvement. The goal is for algorithms to handle the entire process, from spotting an opportunity all the way to making the trade, with a human maybe just overseeing it or not being involved at all. And this leaves us with a really deep question, one we all have to think about for the future. As we keep handing over more of these critical financial decisions to these smart, autonomous machines, what's left for us? What's the role of human intuition, of experience, of gut feelings? Are we just building better tools to help us do our jobs, or are we slowly but surely building our own replacements? It's a massive question, right? And it's something we're definitely going to explore more. Hey, if this got you thinking and you're excited to learn more about all this, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe. We've got an entire series on AI and trading coming up that you are not going to want to miss. Thanks so much for watching.